All right, let's talk about making 2026 a huge year for your finances. We're not just talking about vague goals, we're gonna lay out a clear step-by-step roadmap to make this your breakout financial year.
So let's get right to it. The big question is, are you really ready to take control of your money? Because that's what this is all about, shifting from just reacting to your finances to actually being the one in the driver's seat.
Okay, first things first. You can't plan a road trip without knowing your starting location, right? Same thing with your money. This first part is all about getting brutally honest and super clear about where you stand right now.
And this is step one. It's time to play detective with your own bank statements. Seriously, pull them up. This isn't about judging yourself, not at all. It's about finding clues. Where are the little leaks? You know, the subscriptions you forgot about, or the daily coffees that sneakily add up. Knowing is half the battle.
Next up, debt. And we need the exact numbers. How much do you owe? And maybe even more important, what are the interest rates on that debt? With credit card rates hitting crazy highs, that high-interest debt is like trying to drive with the emergency brake on. You've got to face it head-on.
And on the flip side, let's look at the wins. How much money did you actually manage to sock away last year? This gives you the full picture. Understanding your past savings habits gives us a realistic starting point for what you can aim for next.
All right, now that we have a crystal clear picture of our starting point, it is time to become the architect. We're gonna build the blueprint for your financial future. This is where we turn all that information into a real plan of attack.
A huge part of this is ditching vague wishes like, I just want to save more money. Instead, we're going to use SMART goals. This little acronym forces you to get specific. The difference between save more and save $5,000 for a down payment by the end of 2026, well, that's the difference between a daydream and an actual plan.
Now, when it comes to budgeting, there is no magic bullet. The 50-30-20 rule is fantastic if you want something simple and flexible. On the other hand, zero-based budgeting is for those of us who love to know where every single dollar is going. You know what the best budget is? It's the one you'll actually use.
Okay, now we're getting to the really juicy stuff. This is the heart of it all. The big, high-impact moves that actually build wealth and give you that feeling of true financial security.
Before you do anything else, you need a safety net. An emergency fund is your financial shield. It's what protects you when life throws a curveball, a sudden job loss, an unexpected medical bill. The goal is to have 3 to 6 months of your essential living expenses tucked away. This is non-negotiable. It's your foundation.
For tackling debt, you've basically got two main playbooks. The debt snowball is all about psychology. You knock out your smallest debts first to get those quick wins and build momentum. The debt avalanche is pure math. You attack the highest interest debt first to save the most money. Which one is better? It totally depends on what motivates you more.
Look, getting ahead isn't just about cutting your expenses. That's playing defense. You also have to play offense, and that means growing your income. Maybe you're a great writer and can pick up freelance gigs, or maybe you're an expert at something and can create a small digital course. These extra streams don't just speed things up, they make you so much more financially resilient.
Honestly, this might be the most powerful force in the entire universe of finance. Compounding is basically your money making babies. It's a slow burn at first, but over time, it's like a tiny snowball rolling down a massive hill. It just keeps getting bigger and bigger, eventually becoming an unstoppable avalanche of wealth. Your only job is to start early and be consistent. So, getting your finances on track is a huge win, but keeping them that way, that's the real challenge. This next part is all about the habits and the mindset you need to play the long game and make sure your success actually sticks.
The secret here is to make being smart with money the easiest possible choice, and automation is your best friend. Set up automatic transfers to your savings and investment accounts the day you get paid. It takes willpower completely out of the equation. Then just check in once a month to make sure you're on track. It's that simple.
Oh man, this is such a classic trap. It's called lifestyle inflation. You get a nice raise at work, and what happens? Suddenly your rent goes up, your car payment goes up, your dinner bills go up. To really build wealth, you have to consciously fight that urge and decide to save and invest a big chunk of any new money that comes in.
And finally, you gotta protect everything you've worked so hard for. I know this is the eat your vegetables part of personal finance. It's not super exciting, but making sure you have the right insurance and protecting yourself from digital threats is absolutely critical. You wouldn't build a beautiful house and then forget to put locks on the doors, would you? So we have covered a ton of ground here. We've gone from figuring out where you are, to building a plan, to taking action. Let's just pull it all together now and talk about making 2026 your real, genuine financial turning point.
I think this quote just says it all, doesn't it? A great financial year doesn't just fall out of the sky. It's not about luck, it's built, piece by piece, with a clear plan, the discipline to follow through, and the consistency to keep showing up.
And if you remember anything, please let it be this. Do not get stuck trying to create the perfect plan. That's a recipe for never starting. The goal isn't perfection, it's progress. Little steps taken over and over again will always beat a grand plan that just sits on a shelf.
So I'm going to leave you with a challenge. After all this, what is the one single first step you're going to take today to get the ball rolling? Not tomorrow, not next week. Right now, what's it going to be? Thanks so much for tuning in.